Yeah, I know. I've been away for a while. The Christmas New Year's break has really kind of fucked me up. In fact, New Year's, this is what, the 6th of January? It was literally a week ago now. I'm still feeling it now. I think I'm ill, but you know what? Now is as good a time as I need to just get back on the fucking saddle, mate. And you know what I'm realizing? Anytime I get on one of these good sessions, these good journeys, when I'm on the horse and I'm just making serious progress in myself and in life, the main reset is always fucking alcohol. I go out, I party, I get a hangover, and then I reset back to the old person that I was a few months ago. I'm starting to realize that the alcohol might be a problem, to be honest with you. You know that clip? Well, I can't remember. I think it's the fuck, I can't remember his name. But he's like, oh yeah, the problem is when I drink, I just don't really like stopping. And he's like, what? You're an alcoholic. Oh, is that what that is? Even though I don't really drink, I think that's me as well, to be honest with you. I only drink really rarely, but man, when I do, God, I just don't want to stop, bro. It's a little bit worrying. So, yeah, I'm thinking about implementing something like that into this year because the hangover, honestly, it got me soul searching quite a bit. You know, I've got a few years left on my house that I still need to pay off. Not in the shape that I want to be. And not even just finances, but just I've never had a consistent place where I've just been consistent with something for months and months. I've always had these spurts with like self-improvement, I guess, where I start going to the gym, I start meditating, and it will last a month or 2 months, but it never truly lasts. It never becomes ingrained in my like personal culture. Do you know what I mean? So that's something I want. I want something to really get ingrained into my routine where it's just part of me. Like I don't even think about it anymore. That's something I really want. And I think to do that this year, I might need to start being a bit more serious and just start thinking I need to basically cut alcohol out of my life. Now, I'm not saying be completely teetotal. I'm not going to be completely sober for the rest of my life. But I mean, in this year alone, I'm going to try and drink maybe only in the single digits, right? So it'll be like very special occasions, like Chinese New Year. Got a lot of Chinese friends, so they're going to be getting fucked up. If I go see my dad, maybe. My dad lives abroad, so when I go and see him, he literally owns a bar, by the way, so obviously we might be drinking out there. But just to cut back and just to be conscious of what I'm doing and what I'm drinking. Does that make sense? Because the thing is, I'm sure this is the same in many countries, like European or Western countries, like America. Alcohol is just so ingrained in the culture. It's like if you go out with your friends, you have to drink. Why is that? I don't really like. Why do we have the assumption that you have to drink to have fun? So that's something I want to do. I want to try and to prove to myself that if I go out with friends and they're all drinking, if we're at like a pub or a club or something, I don't actually have to. So I have a friend's birthday at the end of this month, and he says, "Oh, do dry Jan, and then right at the end of the month we'll go out and we'll get fucked up." I'm gonna go and see him. I'm gonna have a few 0% beers, and then I'm just gonna go home after like an hour or two. No hangover, no feeling like shit for the next few days, no reset. I'm gonna try and do that just to prove to myself that I don't actually have to go and get fucked up all the time. But you know what? It's actually kind of exciting, to be honest with you, because even though I didn't do this for very long this time, I was only on this little trend for, like, I don't want to call it a trend, but for about 2 to 3 weeks. Just before Christmas, when I was uploading, I was doing it for about 2 to 3 weeks. And I'll be honest with you, I'm seeing things in, like, such a different way already. Like, I won't get into this now, but there's a big moral dilemma that I had in my life recently. Not about me, but about some friends. And I would always think, who do I side with? Who is right? Who's correct in this argument? Like, who do I need to side with? But now I'm thinking, like, it's not about who's right. It's like which one of them aligns with my values and what I believe is right. It doesn't matter who's right and wrong. What do I think? Which I know sounds stupid, but like that's genuinely not something I've really considered before, to be honest with you. I mean, that whole moral dilemma is a completely different bit entirely, but let's just put that to the side. You'll hear about that one day, I'm sure. Don't worry about it. So if that's only 2 to 3 weeks of progress, imagine how crazy it could get for a whole year. Like imagine me in like a year later, just like completely set in stone, my own like morals and character and self-respect. Like, bro, I'm telling you, man, just fucking wait and see. By the end of this year, I swear to God, I'm gonna be like an entirely new, different person. I'm actually really looking forward to it. So, like I said, today is January 6th, so we're off to a bit of a rocky start. We've had 2 weeks off the routine. New Year's left me broken. But you know what? That's okay this time. I'm not feeling bad about it, right? Because I'm still making progress. There's no behind, right? There's no being behind, there's no catching up. There's literally right now, right? The future literally doesn't exist. It's a myth. I mean, it will exist one day, but it doesn't exist right now. It's not me thinking to myself, I need to do all this right, really productive stuff to fix my life. I'm doing it because I actually want to. I like the feeling of doing good things. Like, I like meditating, I like reading, I'm enjoying it. I actually like how it opens my mind into like different thoughts and avenues about stuff that I've never thought about. And not only that, it's exciting to be a good person. Does that make sense? I'm sorry if this sounds really waffly, but this is like seriously what I've been thinking about for like the last few weeks or so. Like, I want my like morals and my character to leave like people around me who interact with me like inspired. I wanted to think like, wow, he's like really true to himself. Like, how does he actually do that? Like, not in like a really egotistical way, but like just in like a nice like, wow, he's a true to himself basically. Someone at the New Year's party actually said to me, they said, they randomly pulled me to the side, and they said, oh, by the way, my friends were talking to you, and I'd never met their friends before. This is the first time I ever met them. They said, oh, my friends talking to you. They actually really enjoy talking to you. Like they said, they had a really good time. Could you imagine that? They've just randomly gone up to their friend and be like, "Oh, by the way, that bloke that we were talking to, yeah, he's a really cool guy. I like him." Dude, I'm surprised I didn't start blushing, man. I mean, that was fucking awesome. Like that was a really nice compliment, I'll be honest with you. And now I don't want to survive off compliments. I understand that. I'm not trying to like fuel my ego just to be, this fucking awesome, oh, look at me, I'm so cool sort of guy. But it's self-fulfilling. It's nice because I must have displayed a certain level of confidence that I haven't had in myself for so long. Because usually I'm not that type of guy at parties, right? I've never been like that before. So anyway, what is in store for this year? So I'm going to be honest with you. I think boundary setting is a huge factor. I've never set boundaries once in my life because I've never really had to. Very occasionally people have abused that, but I've lived a pretty sheltered life and I've never really had to challenge people very often. But I'm recently noticing that this is a big weakness of mine. Unfortunately, as you get older, you really can't just bury your head in video games and just ignore all these real life controversies. So that's why it's another reason why, as much as I love old me's a fucking cool guy, man. I love the bloke, but I think it's time to pass the reins over to new me, someone who's actually willing to stand up for himself, which honestly I've never really done. So what am I waffling about? What am I even talking about, bro? I know I'm chatting a lot of waffle. I understand that. Let me tell you what I'm going to try and accomplish this year. Now, if I fail some of them, it's totally fine. But this is basically the kind of vibe that I'm going for, right? Next to no drinking. I'm going to try and quit vaping. Yeah, I know. Oh, he vapes, he vapes. Yeah, I do. It's a bad habit. I've been vaping for years, bro. I really have been. No vaping. No party substances. I'll leave that up to your discretion. We're going to ease off the caffeine, which to be honest, I kind of already did. I only really have one coffee a day. I don't mind having coffee. I like coffee. Gut health. I don't really eat very healthy because I get fed at my fast food job. So I eat a lot of fast food, which somehow I'm not massively fat. So gut health, I want to try to eat a little bit healthier as well. Going back to the gym, I need to get that going immediately. And then obviously meditation, which I've been doing for a while anyway. But the main one was at the bottom here, was boundary setting and having respect for myself. And when people challenge me, not just ducking my head in the sand because I think, you know what, they're not going to see it from my point of view anyway, so I might as well agree to disagree and then just leave it at that. No, no. I have my morals, I have my boundaries, and if you don't want to respect them, I'm not interested in anything you're saying. And I know it probably doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense to you because I got a lot of stories to tell about last year, basically, which over time, it will start making sense. But I understand that right now it probably doesn't make any. But anyway, that was it's just a really quick update. I honestly thought this was going to be like a quick 3-4 minute update, but I guess I fucking talk so much that it's just been going on for nearly 10 minutes now. So look, plenty of stories coming up, a huge journey coming up this year. Really looking forward to it. I can't wait. I just hope if you're along for the ride, try and do some of these yourself, try and pick something that you also want to improve at and fucking stick to it, bro. I'm going to be here every single week updating the journey just so everyone knows that this is really happening. Right, it's been your boy, big old fucking Jimbo. Happy New Year's. I hope 2026 is good to you all. Peace out, peace out.